Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and today I have a video I want to talk about. It is going on in the sports world as LeBron James and Cam Newton have both talked about this topic on their podcast, and I will put both of them in the link in the description below, so make sure you check that out. So first and foremost, LeBron James has basically talked about how there's a lot of kids who just go to trainers nowadays instead of just doing the natural way of getting better. And I've heard this from Katie as well, but I've also said this to other kids when they ask, how do I get better at the sport? What trainer do I need to go to? I say, you don't need trainers. If anything, you train yourself, and then mainly you can also learn to pick up new skills by playing 5-on-5 basketball. That is how you get better. When you play basketball over and over and over, when you play that sport over and over and over. And for football, when you play like 7-on-7 or whatever it is. And the reason why I tell people that is because in basketball, you're mainly going to play a 5-on-5 game. So learn to play 5-on-5. I'm a way better 5-on-5 player than I am a 1-on-1 player. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. There's a lot of players who are just good 1-on-1, who can just do what they need to do because their trainer teaches them, but they don't know what to do in a 5v5 situation. And I say trainers aren't really something I've never really had a trainer. If I did, I had one for like a month, and then I just quit because I realized is like what a trainer does for me. I'm just learning in 1v1. I want to learn how to play 5v5. And if I want to learn how to play 5v5, guess what? You got to play 5v5 basketball, unless you just have that good of a coach and they teach you how to play 5-on-5 basketball. But LeBron is saying that a lot of these kids have trainers nowadays, when in his day, and also my day when I was growing up, I learned how to play basketball from playing 5v5 basketball, playing pickup games, doing whatever like that, playing 21, 33, anything like that, bro. And Cam Newton also put his 2 cents in, and I'll play the clip here. But
who the cool parents were, because the parents would leave for the day during the summer, leave the kids at home.
Oh yeah, that's the house for the
They
summer.
would just check in. You know, I had a partner, his mom would just call the house, and he better have been in that house when she called, because we didn't have no cell phones.
Yeah.
When she called, ring, that was the landline.
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, Mom. CJ and Cam over here. Yes, ma'am, I did the dishes. Yes, ma'am, I did. Yeah, I folded the laundry too.
I cleaned up the room.
All right, see you in a minute. Boom. Come on, y'all, let's go.
Yeah. We back outside.
Like, bro,
when you pull up on the bike, trying to knock on the door, cause such and such player, they see you out the window. That's it, bro.
Cam Newton was basically saying how a lot of kids aren't growing up like back in the day. They wouldn't understand. And stuff that Peggy and Cam said, I understood it. Where kids, we go outside on the bicycle, going to each other's houses, playing basketball or football, whatever it is. And I understand from what they're saying, because my house, when I was younger, my house was the hangout house. All the kids in the neighborhood, even from the other neighborhood, they'll be pulling up to my house. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with that is they had rules. Parents had rules. Make sure you in the house by a street light. If you in that house by the street lights come on, something else is going to be on. And that's your behind on fire, because they're going to beat you because you in the house coming in late at night. Then your parents also have rules of what areas to go to and what not to go to. They say, yeah, you can go in this neighborhood, but you better not go further than that neighborhood. You ain't going all the way down. You know what I mean? You ain't going all the way down on the other side. That type of thing. And a lot of kids don't understand that, because there's some kids I've taught basketball to in the summer camp and everything, and I told them the way I grew up, and they're like, really? We don't do that nowadays. And they said, we just go to a trainer. And I was like, yeah, no, we don't. Nah. See, and me, the thing with that is, when you were growing up, when you left the house, right? Say like you were playing with your friends, and when you stopped playing with your friends and everything like that, we would determine the next time we come outside. We'd be like, oh, you coming outside tomorrow? Because mind you, we had phones, but phones weren't the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have phones at that young of an age back then. And then not only that, phones weren't really they were big, but they weren't like how they are today. You know what I mean? But we was talking like, okay, you coming outside tomorrow? Okay, you can't come outside tomorrow. All right, how about you come outside this day, this day? Like, we would actually determine, discuss, and everything what we wanted to do for the next upcoming week, because that's how much fun we had playing outside. We would play outside all day long. It ain't no going in and out the house. Parents used to say you either outside or inside, but you ain't coming back and forth in and out my house. And then with water, some houses, some people say you had the water spigot outside and everything, you drink out of that. But my parents would let me come inside, get a cup of water, glass of water, whatever it is, and I'll take it back outside, give it to my friends and everything. We drink that and everything like that. And it was 2 cups of water. It was not no 3, 4 cup. No, it was 2 cups of water. Or you had 2 bottles. So you sharing with somebody, you had to portion the way you waterfall that water bottle really good, because you gonna be outside for a little minute, that type of thing. And then we'll play games like 21, throw them up, bust them up, play some baseball. We'll play something like that, freeze tag, riding around on the bikes and everything like that. Bro, it was fun, man. And a lot of kids will not understand that nowadays. Now, I will say this. When your house is the hangout spot, it is very hard, because there's some days that you actually want to just relax by yourself and you can't, because a lot of kids will just come over to your house and be like, oh, man, let's play outside. And I'll be like, oh, fine, even though I want to do something by myself. And then another thing he was saying is that people, like the kids, will watch you through the window to make sure you outside. Bro, nobody understands that, bro. Because there will be many times where I hear someone playing basketball on my basketball hoop, and I'm like, who is this? And I look outside and I see the kid out there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going out there. Or there'll be times late at night where one of my neighbors will come to my basketball hoop playing basketball. And I'm like, man, people love my house, bro. Like, they love to play and come over to my house type of thing. And another thing that Cam Newton and Peggy said was, a lot of real hoopers learn how to get. It's 2 things you learn: good ball handling and good hustle from playing outside in the street in a busy neighborhood. And that is very, very true. I was in a busy neighborhood because where my house was, my old house, it was right next to a sewer system. And when that ball hit that drain and it hits the edge of the drain, there's either 2 ways it's going to go. It's either going to go that way, all the way into the street, or it's going to go all the way into the yard. And I had to learn to grab that ball, especially if a car is coming, because you don't know where the ball is going to land. And I had to learn to grab that ball before it goes right out into the street. So it won't get ran over. I don't get ran over. Nothing happened to it. Nothing like that. And then another thing is, when your parents park their car right next to that basketball hoop and you start shooting on that basketball hoop, you had to learn. It was an actual skill to not let that basketball or football hit that car or hit that car window. Because if that thing hit that window or hit that car and you put a dent or you broke the window, that was your behind. It was your behind. Not a lot of kids will understand that, bro. And another thing with like kids, and they went in deeper in depth, like with going on dates when you had to pick up your date, and then you go and I remember, because you go in the front seat, then you had to eventually go in the back seat, and it's like, I know all that stuff, man. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And when I heard that, it brought so many memories back, because I was like, man, I remember when I would like go out and my parents had to drop me off or something, and I was in the front seat, and then when I had to go get someone, I had to go back in the back seat, and then when I dropped them off, and then when my parents dropped them off, and if they didn't say thank you, oh, my parents would be livid. Like, I remember all of that, bro. And then I have friends coming over to my house, play basketball, football, doing all these other things. Man, it was crazy. Now, I will say this: nobody has been inside my house. I've never brought friends over inside my house. I never bring people inside my house, especially not friends. I've never brought friends over inside my house. Only family members. But outside my house, like playing basketball, football, doing whatever, yeah, I'll do that. But it's crazy, bro. And it's true. A lot of kids have not ever experienced that. And it's sad that not a lot of kids have experienced it. They have not gone through it. A lot of these kids, they got trainers now, and they don't really like go and play basketball, football, none of that stuff to actually like get better, learning 5-on-5 situations, learning on their own. everything like that. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy because all that stuff I heard that LeBron and Cam Newton and Peggy have said on their podcast, it is so relatable. So relatable. But yeah, man. But that's going to consist of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back with more videos.